so dare to dive deep into comics. Nothing can compare from Gotham's Dark Knight to Marvel's mighty Thor. We'll break it down, leave you wanting more. Separate you on a ride where heroes and villains clash side by side. Whether it's DC or Marvel.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the InnerCityGeeks podcast. Did I say it right? InnerCityGeeks podcast. My mouth just wasn't working for a second there. This is episode 346. And joining me today, I got Alex.
InnerCityGeeks podcast.
Yeah. And I got Brian.
What's up?
Hey.
I thought it would
And
be
I don't
funny if you would have said.
did I say it was Steve? Did I say it was Steve in the beginning or no?
Yeah,
Did I
yeah,
not?
you said Steve, but then
Okay,
you said
okay.
then you welcome to the and then you stumbled. I
Yeah,
guess maybe you
yeah.
were like taking in your drink,
Yeah. I was taking in all the waters. Yeah. So what's good, guys? What's good? What's good? It's been a week.
Oh, it's been a week, man.
It's been a fantastical week. Yeah.
Technically,
So
it's not a full week, but yes, it's been a
right.
week.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
it's the
you're
end.
right. It's
Well,
not a full
the
week.
last time we recorded it was it was the beginning, before the beginning of this week, and then now we're recording at the end of the week, so it's been a week, a work week.
Yeah. Pretty
Yes,
much.
it's been a work week.
There you go. So
There you
technically,
go.
Steve isn't wrong. Yay, Steve!
Yay! Sometimes.
Naming the episode already this early?
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yay, sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta throw it out sometimes, but it's all good. So what's good, Brian? How you doing, man?
Good. How are you?
I am hanging in there, man. What you been up to, dude?
Trying to just continue living.
That's a good thing. That's a good
yeah,
thing. Living
you
is living is the key of life.
Yeah,
Yes,
remember, life is for the living.
exactly. So just been trying to catch up on things in terms of television and movies.
Okay.
So yeah, I caught up on Penguin.
Okay. I still have to catch
Yes.
up on that. I think I'm a couple episodes behind. I haven't
We got-
finished it yet.
The
Why?
the finale is on Sunday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So aside from that, watched a few interesting movies over the last 2 nights.
Okay.
Well, actually, really 3 movies, but one I've seen before. But first one on the list, I rewatched The Fall Guy with Ryan Gosling.
I still haven't seen that yet. How was that?
It's a fun movie, and
Okay.
it's good cast. But this time I decided to watch the extended cut, which is like a half hour longer,
Okay.
and you can find both of them on Peacock.
Okay. Right.
And then movie I watched last night was also on Peacock, and that was The Final Girls.
Oh, isn't that fun? Wasn't that
Yeah.
not a good movie?
It's campy on purpose and loved every second.
Dude, it is so entertaining, dude.
It is, and like I love how like if they didn't interact really with this is really a not spoiler, but like there's a moment where they're in the movie, they're in a slasher, and they don't interact with the people in the movie. It repeats itself every 90 minutes.
Yep.
That was just so fun, and it was a good cast too. And you know who actually played played one of the lead actors in that movie was Alexander Ludwig, who is the brother on Heels.
Oh shit, yeah.
And he was also
You know
just
what's funny? I didn't notice because of the short hair that he had.
exactly.
Yeah.
And I recognized him with the short hair because he was just in Bad Boys 4.
I haven't seen that one either.
That was fun. That was a fun watch. It
Okay.
sort of felt like the your Bad Boys films. So aside from The Fall Guy, aside from Final Girls, only other movie I really watched this week was something that I skipped over, not on purpose. but
Mm-hmm.
just happen to fall by the wayside. I happen to go on Prime, and I watched Willy's Wonderland
That's a
with Nick
fun movie.
Cage.
That's a real fun movie.
That was fun as hell, and
Yeah.
the fact that he didn't speak the entire movie,
Mm-hmm.
he
Mm-hmm.
grunted, but primarily he cracked open those energy drinks
Yeah.
every hour, played pinball,
Yep. That was
and
his
then
thing.
saved the day.
Yep.
That was fun. I was like, huh,
It's a fun movie. It's a real
it's a
fun movie.
fun movie.
I like to
Yeah.
call that the better Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. You're absolutely right about that.
But I still say
Yeah.
I still like a toss up between that and the Banana Splits. Which one I like more when it comes to animatronic,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
watch the Banana Splits. I think that might be next.
It's
dude.
really fun,
Maybe
dude.
do
Yeah,
like maybe do like a trilogy of animatronics that go what a murder death kill spree. Um yeah, no, I haven't really watched much because work's been starting to pick up because it's the holidays.
Yeah. The holidays are here.
Yeah, coming before you know it.
Unfortunately.
huh. Well,
Yeah, I
yeah. I
mean,
mean, like, remember, we haven't hit Thanksgiving yet, so technically, whatever. It's not the holiday season. It's
uh,
the setup to Thanksgiving.
It's the fucking holidays, dude.
in my line of work, this is the holidays.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, I'm just saying, listen, yeah, you already know my personal feelings on it is that you do not celebrate the holiday season until Santa gets to Macy's after the Thanksgiving Day parade.
Oh no, that's classic. That's
That's
definitely,
old
yeah.
school. That's the old school way of thinking about it. We
Mm-hmm.
that's not how it happens now.
Yeah, how it happens now is it's like what is it? During October, not even during Halloween, like way before Halloween, they start putting up, holiday, commercials, and I'm just like,
Mm-hmm.
are you fucking kidding me? Let Halloween
Yeah.
rock, man.
Yeah.
Let
No.
the better holiday rock. Let Halloween rock first, then
No.
Thanksgiving, or I like to call, Fat Ass Day, and then
Yeah.
then you can give it to Santa afterwards, because we already know Jesus has Easter, so whatever.
That's fair. That's fair.
I can see right
So
now religious people just going like, oh no, it's in the word Christ Mass.
uh no, I was waiting for my bus the other night after work, and one of those pedicabs was going by. First off, those things are horrible. Secondly, those things they charge $8 a minute.
Yeah. No. I'm good. I'm good, dude.
But so I was waiting for my bus, and this pedicab goes cruising by, and he was playing because they all have these big speakers. Um, they blare the music, and so they purposely can't hear traffic.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and they were playing Mariah Carey's "All I Want for Christmas,"
No.
and I yell aloud, not like he could hear me because he's
Too
deaf from
soon.
his
Too soon.
music. Yeah, I was like, it's not time yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but no,
Like I
it's
get
been
it. People
yeah,
like the holidays, but like
but
you
it's
gotta let it get to the point where it's like supposed to be here.
exactly. I mean, like I was in Target like Halloween or the day after, and boom, Christmas. I'm like, yo,
What happened to the cornucopias or whatever? What happened to the turkeys? What happened with that?
give it a
Yeah.
month, there'll be Valentine's Day shit out.
Ugh,
Yeah.
gross.
No, yeah, I haven't really been watching much. Just
That's good, dude.
watch
That's
those
fine.
movies and primarily just a lot of YouTube shit.
Yay, YouTube's.
Yay.
It's a fun place to be.
It is. Uh, and one movie that I watched last week, which I didn't talk about, you watched. We'll talk about it later.
I love how you
Uh,
just left it there like for suspense.
Dun dun
talking about,
dun.
I'm talking about Time Cut.
Oh yeah, I did watch that this week, so I guess we
Yeah,
could talk
yeah.
about that
I
now.
swore to God, I thought you said something else.
What did you think I
Uh,
said?
I thought you said time cunt.
Oh,
Close enough. Close enough.
close
You
enough.
just added an N. That's fair.
Oh, man.
Uh,
It's
oh
a
yeah.
fun movie. The Time Cut is a fun movie.
It
It's
was
He
not
said-
amazing. It's not amazing.
no.
It's
It
okay. It's
it
one of those like,
yeah. I mean, it fell short on the finale.
yeah, yeah.
Like, oh, that thing done.
Like, oh yeah,
Um,
it happened.
yeah, it happened.
It's a movie.
Uh,
It's
it's a
there.
movie.
It's
that sounds like the best selling point for it or whatever. Time cut. It's a movie.
It's a movie.
yeah, yeah. It's like I give him props for creating something like that. This is obviously for the younger crowd.
It's sort of this like subgenre of slasher films in a sense. Like it falls under the realm of like Totally Killer.
See, but Totally Killer was way better.
It was way better.
I don't
What
know
it
what either
is
one of
that
these things are.
what it is that this is a horror movie. It's essentially what we're talking about is horror for those that
Well,
don't
I
know.
kind of figured,
No,
but I'm
no,
just saying.
I know you. I'm just just putting it out there. Um, and what happens in this movie is that this one girl winds up going into the past and seeing her sister um when she was still alive because her sister passed away when she was alive or whatever.
When she was
And
younger. Okay.
well, no, when she passed away before she became a human before she
Oh,
was
so
born.
she. Oh, okay, okay. I now I get it. All right.
Yeah. So she goes back in time and she sees her when she's alive, when the sister's alive, and there's the slasher that happens. This serial killer is pretty much going around town, and he winds up killing at least four people during that day. And she knows the four people, and she tries to stop it from happening, or at least stopping the killer from killing his sister or her sister. That's the gist of it, right, Brian?
Yes.
Yeah. So like getting there, it was okay. Like okay, cool. You see where it's going, but then as the story goes, you're just like, okay, and 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 you're expecting more,
Because like
but
here she
it
is
is
doing this
super PG.
yeah, like here she is doing this butterfly effect thing, like you go back in time, you step on an ant and next thing you know, you have dinosaurs.
Right.
Um and so
I want that movie.
yeah, but
That'd be a
like
fun one.
she
And then they drive cars, Cadillacs, and dinosaurs. Yeah.
uh, mm, just write a script and send it to Netflix. They'll put anything on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I could get those two
So
bags of Netflix money. Nice.
yeah, so like basically the wrong people get killed,
Yeah.
because she went back in time and messed with, stuff. And then like the way the movie ends, it's just like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, we don't need this.
Yeah. No. No. It wasn't a necessary watch.
No. It was one of those like, oh, it's on.
Yeah. I gave it the rare 2.5 out of 5.
So it's the
Yeah.
perfect meh.
It's
Yeah,
the perfect man.
exactly. Yeah, it's the perfect man. It's like,
That's the name of this episode. The perfect meh.
yeah, I can take it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that was it was okay. Anything else you want, Brian?
No, that's pretty much it. It's been sort
Okay.
of I mean, I did see a small clip on YouTube through Twitter of Art the Clown and the chainsaw in the the shower scene.
Oh, wasn't that a fun scene?
I'm like, oh, and like talk about talk about foreplay.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Oh
And I
yeah.
was
That's
like, oh,
It's kind of
yeah.
funny how like if you want to like a vulgar joke for it, you'll be like it went from lips to lips.
Yeah, essentially. You're
yeah,
not wrong.
that was something.
Right? Wasn't that fun?
I mean, it's I can see why it was more brutal than the bedroom scene in 2,
Yeah, or more
which
brutal
was
than the chainsaw scene in the first one.
yeah. Which did I
Because
tell you the first?
the first chainsaw scene was brutal as fuck when you first see it, and
Are we
then when you
talking
see the
about?
second one,
Are we talking about the first chainsaw scene, the one
the chainsaw scene.
where he cuts the girl in half?
Yes, from the
Yes, that
bottom
was
up.
that.
Yes,
Yep,
that's
that
that's
was
why I just
actually
say that's why I just said the chainsaw
the
scene.
chainsaw scene.
Lips
Yeah,
to lips.
And then I think I told you guys, right? Like that scene was shot not far from my house.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like um just a few, like half a mile down the road. There's a there's an old psychiatric hospital,
Hmm.
and it was filmed there.
Nice.
Um, yeah, that was like, oh, okay, that happened.
Brian walks past by and he just goes, "Kill."
One th- the last thing I'll say though is there was one thing I saw online that it got pointed out about Art the Clown, and I'm like, oh yeah, that resonates. If you notice, anytime he had to use his little gun, he kind of frowned.
Hmm. Yeah, he's not a fan of
But
using
anytime,
guns.
yeah, because he prefers doing stuff with blades because he likes to savor the kill,
Yeah, exactly.
which is sort of, and this is sort of interesting too, because like if you go back and watch The Dark Knight, right, and Heath Ledger talks about why he uses a knife,
Hmm.
but sort of like, oh yeah, Art does that because he's, even though he doesn't speak, he's savoring the moment, getting all
Yeah.
the little moments.
Hmm.
And you're like, oh, but if he uses the gun, it's like frown because it's just, oh, bang.
Yeah, it's over. We're done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. So I, fi- I so,
Tra-tra-la-la.
so what I find kind of cool then, what makes it a little bit more like, oh wow, yeah, is that video I sent you guys
Mhm.
of David Howard Thornton in Joker makeup doing the Killing Joke
Yeah,
speech.
yeah. That was great. That was
I
really
would
good.
love him as the
He'd be fucking
modern day.
fantastic.
Oh yeah.
The thing is, he because most of the movies that I've seen him in so far doesn't have a lot of speaking roles.
Okay.
A lot of the things that I've seen him in is more like just him acting out. I
Yeah,
haven't seen the mean
I-
one yet because
okay.
he
See,
plays the Grinch in that one.
I've only ever seen him as Art,
Yeah, he
and
was
then
art. He was
that video clip.
also in what was it? It's another new one that just came out recently. I forgot the name of it, but let me see because I have it in here.
IMDb search.
No, not IMDb. I
IMDb.
have it on my thing.
Oh, your watch list.
Yes, 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 yes,
Searching his watch list. Steven searching his watch
yes.
list.
Yeah, I'm searching. I'm searching. I'm searching. I'm searching. I'm searching. No, 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 no.
Meanwhile, on IMDb.
Yeah, whatever. It's whatever movie it was. I forget. But yeah,
It's gonna hit you later. Watch when
it definitely will. It definitely will. It always does. But yeah, he was good in that too. But and he also doesn't have any. It's not a speaking role either.
Ah,
It's the yeah. Um, and it's good. It's real good actually. I like that one a lot. Um, Stream. There you go. That's the movie. Stream.
okay.
Yeah, he plays a role in that. He's a killer in that one also. But he doesn't say anything throughout the movie. None of the killers in that movie say anything
Okay.
other than the starter or whatever. But yeah, he doesn't say anything. And again, he like I said, I haven't really seen him do much of the vocal acting per se.
Here's something. He's gonna be Steamboat Willie in Screamboat.
Yeah, see, there you go.
There we go.
Another probably non non talking role.
Apparently, he was he was Art the Clown on an episode of Bubkiss.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
That was the Pete Davidson show based on his life.
Yep, nope, never seen that.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy. Now I need to go back and see that clip.
Okay.
Yeah.
You
Anyway,
mentioned Pete Davidson or whatever. I got something about that person in what I'm about to talk about in a bit.
Okay. Okay.
so what have you guys been up to, Alex?
What you want to talk about? So yeah, so when I mentioned Pete Davidson or whatever, right? I actually watched on Paramount Plus Tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So
Okay.
the continuation from the movie Mutant Mayhem.
Okay.
I gotta say, it has an allure. Like like I like it. Like it's not my favorite iteration of the Turtles, but I get where they were going with this, and I actually kind of like the 10 12 episodes that I saw. Right. So I watched the whole thing that they had, on there, and Pete Davidson plays a character, as the voice of a character he's the henchman of the big baddie in the first part of the story. Like, so the way that it goes, it's like the first, I think I want to say the first half of the episodes or whatever have to do with this villain, and the villain was like her origin story has to do with the whole attack with Superfly. When he became Super Duper Fly. When he became the giant, the giant mixed
Right. Yeah.
mutant.
No, I got you. I got you.
So,
I just find it like super cheesy that they call it that his super duper. He's super duper fly.
well, remember
It's
he was
just
Superfly, and then when he grew, like I think the joke
no,
was
no.
like,
I get it. I get it. It's just my dumb brain. It's like super duper fly. Just
but
reminds
yeah,
me of fucking Missy. That's all.
yeah. So, like I said, it does have the charm and the allure. Like the only thing is like it doesn't have like that rough animation style like the movie. Like it's a little
Mm-hmm.
more clean because
Mm-hmm.
like it's done. It looks more like a regular cartoon versus how it looked like like a mix between Spider Verse and drawings and all that stuff
Okay.
from like the movie. But still, a majority of like well the main turtles and April are the same voice actors.
Okay.
And then I thought what was funny was that since they couldn't get Jackie Chan for Splinter, like the first half of the like of the season, they had Splinter speaking in Vermin because he was trying to give respect to Scumbug, which is his his girl. So
Speak.
he was
What does it mean by speaking in vermin?
so he was doing the rat talk like the
Oh. Okay. Gotcha.
yeah. So he was talking like that for the first half, and then for the second half of the story and everything like that, where they introduce new mutants to to the series. And it also had to do with the whole thing of the whole mutant mayhem thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
S- They like I just like they had him Splinter because the way that they shot the second half of the episodes, they were doing like a documentary of like what happened with the second the second attack or whatever, how the turtles saved the city. So Raphael took over like editing, and he made Splinter speak in the voice of Batman.
Ah,
Nice. Nice.
So so Splinter was talking like a guy doing like a bad Batman impersonation, but it kind of worked.
That's fair. That's fair. I'll take it.
So like like I get it, like you couldn't get Jackie Chan to reprise this role, but I just found it funny how they just went from like, okay, so we'll have you speak in rat, and then in the second half you could speak like do a Batman impersonation. And then the other thing the other stuff that I watched was so I haven't mentioned it lately in the podcast, but I've been watching The Walking Dead, the book of Daryl Dixon, the book of Carol.
Okay.
And I'll be honest with you, it's okay, like it's not like oh my god, it's great. I just think the whole thing was like what like like Walking Dead pushed so much stuff out there that I think there's like Walking Dead fatigue or whatever at this point. But
yeah,
since I like those characters, I was like, all right, let me watch this
I
stuff.
think it's past the fatigue part, dude.
it really is. It's like, why do they keep me? Like, just let it die.
Yeah.
Like the book isn't around anymore. Kirkman ended it.
Yeah, well,
Let
yeah,
it die. I mean,
but
and
but
then
I will say this though, like like this because this is technically I want to say the second season,
yeah,
and then what is it? Season 3 is coming out next year, but it wasn't bad. Like I enjoyed it for the most part. Am I gonna say it's like one of the best things that I watched? No, because right now, whatever at this point, the two best things that I've watched thus far, and one of them is on hiatus right now, is of course One Piece. The anime. And then the second thing, of course, because we've been talking about it before, the Penguin. The Penguin has been fucking great.
and
And this
we'll talk.
past this
Yeah,
past
we'll talk more
this
about it later. But yeah,
no, I'm just saying no.
go.
I don't want to really spoil it, but I will just say this, this episode, kind of brings like gives you more of an explanation of why Oz is the way that he is.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like the
Okay.
safest way of saying it without really spoiling it. But
Okay.
that that flashback, wow, that's all I gotta say.
Oh yeah. In fact, I have a friend that does like behind the scenes movie and TV work, and he posted. He's been working on this, and so he posted like behind the scenes shit of like how they blow shit up or like make this that way, and I'm like, yo, you son of a bitch! Like I'm jealous that you get to do that.
Damn, now
Right.
you got me thinking of fucking Carl Weathers and Arnold Schwarzenegger say shaking hands. You son of a
Son of a
bitch.
bitch.
But yeah, and then when it comes to gaming, of course, it's still Pokemon Sword and Shield. And then it was funny because I was actually talking to Brian like on the phone the other day, and I decided to go like backtrack on like an old game, so I started playing or replaying Super Mario Sunshine.
Nice.
So yeah, I forgot how hard that game is. Like like when you don't play a game for a while, you kind of forget the controls.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So I was trying to get back into it, and I was just like, why is this a lot harder than I remember it to be it being?
Like
Nice.
that would probably be me with like Street Fighter Alpha. Used like I used to be really quick on the control to do the Akuma Raging Demon, and now I have to be like, wait, how do I do this again? This has been like 15 years.
Like,
And I bet no, but I bet you, Brian, if
Mhm.
once you start playing it and everything like that, you're gonna get back into it. It's like
Oh, the muscle memory. It'll click.
yeah, because like I'll be honest with you, like I love fighting games, but I'm not gonna say I'm the greatest. But I've played against a lot of people that are really good, so I
Mm-hmm.
would say like I can hold my own to an extent.
Hmm.
Because it's like saying, for example, like for Mortal Kombat, I like my one of my weaknesses when it comes to playing games like that is I don't like using the block button. But like in Street Fighter, when you play, you press the back button. That's a block button. Like
Hmm.
that's a block. So that's different.
Mortal Kombat's a game series that I couldn't really get behind. Like I played a lot of them, but I'm just like, eh.
It has gotten a lot better when it comes to like fighting mechanics in Mortal Kombat,
Mm-hmm.
right? But I will say this though, like what I do love is that every story that they do, like especially like when from what was it from 10 to 11 and from 11 to Mortal Kombat 1, where technically Mortal Kombat 1 was like a second or third reboot, but
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
it made sense because it backtracked towards the previous games, which I appreciate that. But yeah, but like with like fighting games, no matter what, it depends on who you play against and everything like that. Like they can always be fun.
Oh
You
yeah.
know, they could be annoying. And then actually in the next couple, what was it, next couple weeks, like even though it's already available digital, I want to try to go pick up the Marvel beat 'em up collection that comes out like late November. The physical copy.
Nice.
Nice.
So yeah, so my plan is to try to get my hands on that, if you
Very
will.
cool. Very cool.
So Steve, what you been up to, brother?
Oh yay. I've been playing some video games.
Bill Games.
What?
Yeah.
Proud of
Cause
you.
thank you. Charlie gave me a version. He bought Alan Wake 2 and it came with a digital code for Alan Wake 1. I've never played the first one, so he was like, "Yo, here you go." So he gifted me Alan Wake the first one. So I downloaded it for the PS5. And while I was downloading, also I was like, oh yeah, let's see what else is got. What else they have for free on this Play Store. You know,
Mhm.
every month they have new games on there.
Of course.
Um,
And then you can only keep them on, if you keep the subscription.
yeah, I'm gonna have this for a year, so it's whatever. I also downloaded WWE 24 or
Ooh.
2K24. It was for free, so I was like, okay,
For
it's a whole
free.
game. So exactly, if it's for free, it's for me. Um, so yeah, I got that one on there too. So those two games, fun as fuck. Alan Wake is a horror game, which is great. It's right in my alley.
I've never
Very
played
fun.
that, but I've always wanted to.
Yeah, it's a fun game. I'm liking it so far. I'm like a good, I'm gonna say like an hour or so in.
Oh, so you just
I
started.
don't. Yeah, exactly. Like I just started. Like I'm not like, oh my god, I'm like sitting there for fucking 18 hours now. I'll play it for a little bit, and
Dude, you're
I'll
a full
go do
fledged adult.
something
I
else
totally
and
get
stuff.
it. Like when you have a little bit of free time,
Huh?
you try to get as much, game, play time as
Right.
you can.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Plus, I guess like I'm getting older and like ADD's gotten worse for me.
So you'll play games for a bit and then you want to go do something else.
Right. Exactly. Like, yeah, oh, squirrel,
Yeah, I was
and I'll
about to
go
say.
do something else. Yeah.
Ooh, horror game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Squirrel.
Yeah. Ooh, horror movie I can watch. Yeah, let's watch that. But yeah, it's both really fun games. I'm into them. I like them. Uh, then I've also been watching a lot of stuff too, obviously, because it's that's my preferred way of taking in things. Of course, I told you we watched. I watched Time Cut, which was me. Um, also watched Tokyo Gore Police, which came out
Okay.
a bazillion years ago. Came out in 2008, but I just recently saw it. Never seen it before.
Is that the one where where like the girl gets her legs cut off and she starts like using it like rockets? Like her body, like she starts flying around.
It's yeah. They do some real stupid shit in this movie.
Yeah, well, but remember, I think I've seen this
Well,
movie.
though, yeah, it's fucking wild. It's
Like
absolutely crazy.
it's like real life plus anime.
Yeah, exactly what it is.
Because like I said, I think I've seen this, and from what I
Yeah,
remember, like it's just out there, but in a good cheesy way.
it is cheesy as fuck, dude. It is so fun. Absolutely stupid. Don't even think about it. Just put it on. Just watch it. The blood is everywhere. Gore is everywhere. You're like, what the fuck is happening? And it's just like, okay, I'm just gonna step back, not pay attention to it. I'm just gonna let it rock. It's a fun movie. Definitely a fun watch. I also watched Don't Move on Netflix.
I wanted to see that.
It's pretty good.
Nice.
I gave it a 3.5. It's not great. It's good. There are just certain things there's like I was expecting a little bit more. Don't get me wrong, like acting is great. Everybody in it that's acting is does a really good job. It's just the story wise, like they could have done more with the story, for me at least. Um and it felt kind of flat, but it's a good watch. That one I would recommend if you want to watch it. It's a good introductory, like into that type of a movie. It is a horror movie. It was a horror thriller. Um,
Okay.
but yeah, it's a good watch. The other one that I watched the actual one before I came on here, is Beazle. Beazle. That is a very fucking weird movie, but it's good because what happens is it starts off with this one dude and how he's trying to get a videographer like to record him basically making a confession or whatever, and he's like, I want to talk to people basically about um how I didn't kill my son or whatever,
Okay.
because it turns out that some shit's in the house. and it kills his kid and whatever. And it's just a wild story. And it just gets progressively weirder and weirder. And then it ends in one place and then it fast forward just a little bit to another family comes taking over the house. And then it fast forward to another family coming to take over to the same house. It's just really fucking weird. But it is good. Because the spirit or demon or whatever that's in that house is still there after all these years, and it still fucks with people. It's really cool. It's really well done. It's very low budget, but really done really well. I really enjoyed that. I gave that one a 4. That was really good. And what else did I watch? I watched something else too. That's somewhat noteworthy. Where was it? What is it? Oh yeah. I also last week we were talking about why is there a Days of Thunder movie coming out?
Yes, and I said
A
and I
sequel to
remember
it.
saying it's a good film
Yeah, yeah.
for its time.
So I
You
watched
know,
it. So I watched it for the first time. Well, not for the first time, for the second time, because the first time I watched it was like a bazillion years ago when I was younger.
right.
Um, and I watched it recently. Obviously, I watched it yesterday. Well, not yesterday, but a couple days ago. And I must say, it is very entertaining. Not gonna say that it's great, because to me it wasn't great. It was what got me the most was the first 20-25 minutes. Sold it for me. The race, the fact that Tom Cruise isn't getting into this race. He's never raced before. He doesn't know what the fuck is happening as far as being a racer. And he wins. And then everything else in the middle is like, eh. And then it gets to the end, and I'm like, okay, it happened.
Yeah.
It's like everything was so good in the beginning. It really grabbed me. I was like, okay, I like where this is going. And then it drops. And then Nicole Kidman looking all hot and shit. I'm like, okay, cool. And then it just continues. Then he gets back into the race. And he wins.
And
Yay.
and that movie was brought to you by in part by Tony Scott.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, it's not a bad movie. But it's not a great movie. If
It
you
was great.
haven't seen it, definitely worth watching.
It was great for its time.
Absolutely. For its time, absolutely. Definitely worth it. What it was made for. It was made for its time. It did its thing back then, and people absolutely enjoyed it, and I get it. But
What's wild?
today
Yeah.
doesn't really hit.
What's wild is that not only is he doing Days of Thunder 2, but we're getting a Top Gun 3. Because, you gotta
No.
have sequels years and years and years and years and years and years and years, decades even later,
No.
because,
No.
It just seems like it's gonna get to the point where like whatever properties they are when it comes to movies, that the sequels are gonna be so late that it's gonna be to the point where you're only gonna have like one original actor who's not even the main, so they can just make a
Yeah.
continuation.
Yeah.
So, like, I mean, granted, yeah, mostly different actors for the reasons being, you know, they die in the first one, but Gladiator, we did not need Gladiator 2.
Yeah.
The only
We
the
said that
only person,
when we first saw about when we first heard that it
yeah,
was coming out. We were like, yeah, why? Why is this happening?
the
Why is this the
the,
thing?
the only person in that movie from the original movie is Connie Nielsen.
Yeah. Yeah. Whatever.
I know.
But yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing. No, but like I was saying before, Days of Thunder. It's a fun movie. Don't think anything about it. Just watch it. It's okay.
Because it was that era kind of popcorn flick.
Yeah, absolutely. It was definitely that
It
era's
was
popcorn
designed to
flick.
have you sit down and eat popcorn,
Yeah, yeah. Literally.
which
Yeah.
which which was pricey in '90.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. To think that movie came
Fucking
out
popcorn.
a bazillion years ago. Yeah, no, I'm good. Like I'm glad I
Popcorn.
rewatched it again. I'm glad I watched it
Pop,
again.
popcorn was expensive, but tickets were cheap.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think a matinee was like $4.
See, luckily mayonnaise over here for me are like $8, which is not bad.
Because you have
Same
your
Yeah,
for
that's around the average price for a matinee.
yeah.
that's
No, but that's also the same price for pretty much most of the day.
that's because you have your ARP card. I get it,
No.
old man.
And that officially ends Brian's career in Inner City Geeks.
Speaking of, he's the hold this one in here. But
I
yeah,
am,
I get
and
it.
I don't
I
have
get it.
one yet.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good.
Hey,
It's all good.
early bird specials. Come on.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, I need that. ARPs
Come
all
on,
the
nowhere
way.
like the tagline. If I'm hungry, I'm hungry.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Get that
Food.
gourmet steak at 2 in the afternoon. Fuck yeah,
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah, dude. Hell
living the
yeah.
dream.
That's the life right there.
That'd be hilarious or whatever. Let's say if you have that card, buy one get one. What? Steak?
Yeah, right? Hell yeah.
I'm taking this one home.
Yeah, yeah. So before we get into the geek shit, sad news. Sad news that we had this week.
Yeah.
Not only just there's two things. One, Tony Todd passed away.
Yeah.
Very fucking sad. The last movie that I just recently saw him in was Stream. He's in there for a minute.
Hmm.
But Candyman. That's what he's mostly known for. Yes, he's done other things, but the biggest thing that he's
Crow,
known for, the
Final
biggest thing that we
Destination.
know,
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
he
right.
wa-
Yeah.
he was a coroner slash the representation of death in Final Destination,
right?
Mhm.
or at least you're supposed to think that it's that.
Yeah.
But
Um.
yeah, he
Yeah.
passed away this week at 69. Nice.
So.
You're so fucked up, dude.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I had to. I
So.
had to.
Insomniac Games put this up on Twitter. Because I didn't know he voiced Venom in Spider-Man 2.
Oh, nice.
So they said Insomniac Games is heartbroken by the passing of our friend Tony Todd. He brought so much joy to our studio during the production of Marvel's Spider-Man 2 and to many fans around the world with his imitable voice and presence. We are Venom forever.
Oh,
Sad.
In the eyes of an angel.
wow.
Mm. No,
Such
I
a
will not.
luxurious voice. Love it.
With that song, it's like I need to donate money and adopt a pet.
Yeah, yeah.
Rescue.
Basically.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. So he passed away, and then also the dude that did the stuff for Little Shop of Horror passed away too. I forgot his name, but he was the one that was behind the puppet.
Oh, he was the person behind Audrey too.
Yeah.
Seymour, feed me.
Mm-hmm.
And also the gentleman who well, third one, also the gentleman that did the artwork for all the Star Wars posters.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
You know what's kind of funny?
Sad.
Even though I don't remember the person's name, but I just found out like this voice act, like you could say technically voice actor. So this dude
Mhm.
just recently passed away. He was the dude that did all the voices for America Online. So he's the you got mail.
Huh.
Yeah.
So
I
that
saw
guy
that
just
too.
that guy passed away. But then what I really found funny was, do you want to know how much he got paid for that gig?
How much?
$200.
That's it.
But it was just some small gig or whatever, and but his voice will be immortalized with old school, internet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
So
That's sad.
yeah, but that kind of just says like that with something like that right now that it's always the just saying like like the precautions like well this is why you usually need representation when it comes to certain gigs.
Yeah. So the dude that I was talking about is Jonathan Hayes.
Mm.
He died at 95.
That's a good run though.
Yeah.
Wow. Very sad, very sad, very sad. But without further ado, let's get into some geek shit.
It's funny how you've not played that little that in the thing for kick shit.
It's there. It's there. We just did it. That's fine.
Yeah, it's just
So,
I heard it like with a delay on my mic on my headset, so I couldn't time it right. I was like, "We'll fix it in post." Not really.
no, it's there. It's there. It's no
Yeah,
fixing it.
as long as we
It's
still
there.
hear geek shit.
Yeah, yeah. We got a lot of shit this week. A decent amount of stuff actually. Something that we can pretty much start off with. Why? Well, there's two whys this week. Why is this happening? Um, I am a huge fan of Star Wars. I wear Star Wars on my sleeve every single fucking day.
Mm-hmm.
But I am not that I'm against it. But why are they coming out with 10, 11, and 12 for Star Wars?
You don't need them.
We don't need another trilogy.
Maybe they're
No.
going with that old school thing from fucking Sesame Street. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
No, there's no need for it. Like we've had too much of the trilogy. Okay, let's just say like this. Okay, we have too much Star Wars right now, and not all
Yes.
of it is good.
Hence why the Acolyte was canceled.
Yeah, not all of it is good.
No.
The recent trilogy was just okay.
With 7 being the better one of the 3.
Right.
You know?
It was just okay.
Yeah, we do not need 10, 11, 12. There's no reason for 10, 11, 12.
The Book of Boba Fett, first season was good. No, correction. The Book of Boba Fett was not that good.
Until Mandalorian showed up.
Right, and that was season 2.
When it was... No, Book of Boba Fett had 1 season.
Oh yeah, it did only have 1 season.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it just seemed like
The
forever.
Mandalorian's the one that had multiple seasons. Fine.
Yes.
That was good.
So episode 4 of Book of Boba Fett, there is that familiar silhouette, and then you hear the music.
Yeah.
And then Mando shows up, and you're like,
Right.
"Oh, okay." And now
That made
now
it a
we have a
better
good
show.
show.
Yes. The first half of that season was not good. But okay. So we got that. Mandalorian. The first couple seasons were decent. Were pretty good. The first season was great. Second season was okay. Ahsoka was a decent season.
Yeah. We're getting the Mandalorian movie, which I'm sure is going to be good.
I'm sure it's going to be good too. We also got...
You would hope.
That one show that's supposed to be before Rogue One.
Andor.
Fucking fantastic. That one is probably the best one of the shows.
Yes. And I cannot
and
wait
supposedly to see... there's doing the season 2 is going to come out, which is leading directly into Rogue One.
Right. Because it's going to do some time jumps, apparently.
Right. Which is fine. Whatever.
Which is
cool.
It's necessary, yeah.
Fine. I'll take it. But do we need another trilogy that takes place 5 years after the last Star Wars movie?
No, because I mean, it's obviously not gonna feature any of the original team, which is fine, especially because at the end of eight, right? It was eight where Mark Hamill became a Force ghost.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I forget if he was in nine at all.
Cool.
Mark Hamill. I forget
As
if
a
he
Force
like
Ghost, yeah,
appeared.
he was in that as a Force Ghost.
Did he? Okay. See, that's how long it's been. I watched it
Yeah,
once.
it's okay. It's okay.
As a Star Wars fan, as a super fan, where I've seen the original trilogy, 4, 5, and 6, thousands of times.
Yeah.
I've seen 1, 2, and 3 a couple of hundred times. I saw 7 and 8 in theaters. I've watched 7 about 5 times, 8 once, 9
Right.
once. Okay, as a Star Wars fan, I mean, you and I became friends because when I was working security, I saw your ink. I was like, "Oh, nice ink," and you're like,
Mm-hmm.
"Yeah, thanks, bro."
Yeah.
Star Wars fans for life.
Yeah.
But
Absolutely.
and then of course, like you just mentioned, all these shows, and then it's like, and then as I said, Acolyte got canceled,
Yeah. Wait, and,
and
and funny thing is, I have not watched one episode of it.
I don't want to.
I have no interest in watching that.
Yeah,
Like,
same. When
I
I
wish
saw
I
the
could join you guys in this conversation, but you already know, dude, that the first Star Wars I saw in its entirety was Episode One, Phantom Menace, and I was so disgusted by it that I was just like, I can't do this to myself.
that's not the
because
proper
the
way to
bad
be
thing is,
introduced.
I was just about to say that. Yeah.
The
Like,
first Star
like
And
I
we've
re-
told you before. We've told
yeah,
you
I know. I'm
about
just
this
saying,
before.
I respect the fandom and the dedication it has, and there are a couple of cool characters, right? When it comes to the original trilogy, right? But like I said, since Episode One disgusted me so much, shit, like, where it's just like, I can't do it to myself.
but
Episode
yeah,
1 was for children.
it was for children. I mean, Metachlorians and Liam Neeson before Taken, and
That's pod racing. Fucking pod racing.
Pod racing and politics.
Yeah.
and in ET.
Yeah.
That's right. I remember seeing when I saw that, I was like,
And
it's
that's
like
why.
the only thing that interested me in that movie.
And what's funny is you ever see that thing? It's like, uh, remember, remember in ET where they're trick or treating and he sees the kid dressed up as Yoda, and almost like he
Mm-hmm.
recognized them.
Wasn't he like following him or something like that?
I don't remember. I've seen ET probably twice. Never cared for that movie.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
But
You
yeah,
just made Drew Barrymore cry.
Oh, she'll be fine.
she'll be fine. She has money.
Yeah, she has that Charlie's Angels money.
And a talk show.
Yeah, and a talk show, exactly.
Um,
She'll just wipe her tears away with hundreds.
yeah, pretty much.
Why you have to say that, Brian? Boo! Crying in my hundreds. Boo!
But no,
Pretty much.
we really don't need more of that trilogy. Space out your Star Wars. Have characters that are, new and exciting. Not
Just do a whole new story. Yes, it could be. This could be a whole new story, but we
yeah,
don't
but
need another fucking
you don't.
trilogy.
And then, right, was it 2 weeks ago? We watched the Star Wars new series coming out, the trailer with the kids.
Skeleton Crew.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got that. Do more stuff like that.
That looks fun.
Yeah,
that
do Star Wars Goonies.
Yes,
That's fine. Let it be Goonies. It's
Yeah,
cool.
Star Wars Goonies with Babar.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll take it. That's fine.
but don't
Because
do it.
that's something new in the Star Wars universe. Yes, it is the same it's the same Goonies, but it is a new thing.
It's a new
in
thing.
the Star
Like
Wars
it's
universe.
a new thing. Like Mandalorian was a new thing.
Right.
We all know that I mean, obviously, with Mandalorian, it's not a new thing because we know that the bounty hunters and their whole lore, especially with the books,
Mm-hmm.
um, but it was a new premise in terms of live action television,
Yeah, exactly.
and the way the way Dave Filoni and John Favreau laid out that plan was that they basically made a TV series spaghetti western
Mm-hmm.
in space,
Yeah.
and that's why that worked. But what
Yep.
we don't need is more, you know, more Star Wars trilogies that are going to somehow tie themselves to the Skywalker family.
Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't.
Well,
Hopefully it doesn't.
hopefully it doesn't. But I mean,
I,
there was an original plan to make that Ray Solo movie with Kira Knightley again. No, not Kira
yeah.
Knightley. Fucking what the hell's her name?
Whatever her face name. Yeah,
Yeah,
I know who you're talking about. Yeah, whatever her name is. Yeah. Sorry to say it
yeah,
that way, but yeah,
yeah. Same.
yeah.
Are
But
you?
yeah,
Are you
more
though?
Star Wars.
Are you sorry though?
No, not really.
Yeah,
But yeah, no more Star Wars. No more Star Wars. Will I go see it? Sure. Daisy Ridley's who we talking about.
that's what we're
Um,
talking about.
um, but yeah, like we don't need it. Um, we don't need it. Do we want it? Maybe. Do we need it? Nah, not at all.
Mm,
No,
it's not necessary.
no, no, no. In other things, we've known Bob the Builder for years.
Hmm.
We got news that there's a new Bob the Builder in the works, and is being executive produced by Jenny on the Block. Jennifer Lopez is producing a new animated movie for Bob the Builder, and it's starring Anthony Ramos, who we spoke about last week. He's going to be in what the fuck is the show?
Ironheart.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's going to be Bob the Builder, which it kind of tracks because of course there's
yeah,
a lot of Spanish construction peoples.
and it sort of tracks because,
Cancelled.
and it sort of
No, it's
tracks,
not. It's not. I'm not. Can't be canceled. It's fucking right.
and it sort of tracks considering that he went to my high school.
Right. Like it's not wrong.
No,
So yeah, I could see it. But again, why? Whatever.
If it's gonna
And
if it's gonna be live action and
no, it's animated. It's animated. It's
oh
still
anime,
animated.
oh, okay, so because I
Yeah.
was gonna say, I wonder how they're gonna make it work with like like his construction tool, whatever, like the what was it? There was a the cement mixer that was alive, the truck or whatever was alive. So that would have been just hilarious to see live actions, just like why is he talking to his truck?
Well,
maybe
because
he's not.
he was in Transformers too.
But maybe he's not talking to his truck. Maybe he's just singing Hamilton songs to it
Yeah, there you go. That's
because he
perfect.
was in
That's
Hamilton.
perfect, man.
Just come
Yeah,
on over to the
yeah.
cement mixer, whatever. Is like, you want to lay out good cement or whatever. You just have to spit some verses from Hamilton.
Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah, yeah. That tracks. Absolutely tracks. But yeah, this should be interesting. It should be still again why, but it makes sense. Of course, they're trying to build for a different. Well, no pun intended in the building,
Yes, it
but
was.
but yeah, this should be interesting. It's something different, of
Because they want to
course.
make it for a new generation of young kids.
Right? Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see.
I'm just thinking right now, if South Park decides to kind of poke fun at it or whatever, to see like his executive produced by Jennifer Lopez, and see Cartman's head, like Bob the Builder.
No, but this should be okay. This should be okay. And like, of course, I'm not saying it's gonna be great, but it could be all right. And again, it's also not for me. It's not my show. So for all we know, it's gonna make $1 billion.
Mm-hmm.
So
It could be the sleeper hit for kids nowadays.
yeah, exactly, exactly. but we'll see. We'll see.
It's gonna make Jenny be able to afford more blocks.
Yeah, exactly. She could buy she could buy the whole Bronx at that point.
I'll say joking around
Pretty
or
much.
whatever. Will we watch it? No, we won't.
Yeah, but we'll see. We'll see. Or as Bob the Builder will say, "No, si se puede." Yes, we can.
Buenas noches a todos.
Yes. Hasta la próxima semana. Yeah. So that should be cool. Should be alright.
It'd be funny if
some
he has
next
Spanish
shit.
users. They're like, oh, that's it. They just turn off the podcast.
Right? They said bye. They said bye. They didn't even say the thing. They said another thing.
They didn't say, and the geeks shall inherit the earth.
Yeah, no. And then something else is coming back. Something that's pretty interesting.
I love how you're very hesitant on it. Like, you're like, is it though?
The reason I'm saying is because I don't remember there being a part 5. But what I'm talking about is Ice Age. This is the 6th movie in the Ice Age series coming soon. And Ray Romano's back. So is John Leguizamo, Dennis Leary, and Queen Latifah are all returning in this next new version or new movie for this Ice Age story. I didn't know that. Oh yeah, Collision Course came out in 2016. That was the last one. Oh no, yeah, and then there was the Ice Age Adventures of Buck Wild. Didn't see that one. That was
Is that the one with Simon Pegg? And I think.
Yo no sé. I do not know. I did not see it. Did not watch it. But this one should be interesting.
I think
But
I've only seen the first two.
Yeah. The fact that the majority of the original cast is still there, which is cool. I'll take it. And John Leguizamo's still doing shit, so I'll take it. Yeah.
And Dennis Leary's in it too, no?
And Dennis Leary, exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
Dennis Leary, Ray Romano,
Manny,
John Leguizamo,
Sid Diego.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
And then I just don't remember. I just don't remember Queen Latifah's character's name.
It's okay.
She showed up in the second one, I think.
Yeah. She
was
in all of them, but she was
not the first
love
one.
entrance. Well, I'm talking about the later ones.
Yeah,
the sequels.
Yeah. Wasn't she like the one that was like in love with Ray Romano's character?
Yeah.
Like, okay.
No, like she was raised by those the like the lemur characters or whatever that she didn't she didn't realize she was a or she was like the only female mammoth left.
Right.
So yeah, it was just kind of like well, you're a mammoth, I'm a mammoth. What's good?
Yeah.
I'm paraphrasing, of course, but
obviously.
No, you're not wrong though. You're not wrong. But this could be cool. They haven't really done anything wrong, I guess you can say, with the Ice Age series, other than just bringing more movies out. But
yeah, I do know in that aside from Ice Age, there's a few other sequels coming. Like obviously Toy Story 5. We're getting Zootopia 2, which I'm happy about. I enjoyed Zootopia.
Yeah, and then it's fun, but
that's a very good movie, actually.
No,
Zootopia.
It is. I'm not saying
Megan and I saw Zootopia in theaters before we had kids.
So yeah, so did I. I saw it in the theaters.
Nice. I had kids at that point. I didn't see it in theaters.
He's like, I saw it on Disney Plus.
Yeah, sure. This is before Disney Plus.
Yeah.
I saw it in the ways that I procured it.
Pretty much.
Allegedly.
I used my VPN.
There you go.
It was express.
Yes. No, but yeah. This should be cool. I'm down for it. We'll see. Zootopia, it could be cool. I enjoyed I did enjoy the first one. I'm not. I'm just talking shit, but I did like it. Um, uh, do we need another one? Not really.
Do they need
Just
money?
like a lot of
No,
these sequels. Do we need any more of these sequels? No.
no.
But they're gonna make them anyway.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because I'm debating if I want to go to the theater to see Moana too. I mean, am I gonna go? I'm still not too sure, but I'm kind of like, kind of swaying like maybe because I did like the first one.
So yeah,
And that's fair. That's
the
fair.
first one's good. I was joking around with Megan earlier, saying, because she was like, "Oh, what are you thinking about getting the girls for Christmas?" And I'm like, and I said to her, I was like, "Do you think if I bought them an action figure of The Rock, it would count as a figure from Moana?" I
Yeah, yeah. You're not
mean,
wrong.
right?
You're not wrong.
I mean, it is the guy.
Yeah,
Dada, who's this? This is Maui. That's no Maui.
that's
No, it's the
exactly what it
final.
is.
It's the final boss.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yep.
know what I thought was really funny leading up into WrestleMania earlier this year was when the final boss cut that promo and he ended it by saying, "What can I say except you're welcome?"
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
but
I was
remember
like,
he
"Oh,
sang it. He did sing
yeah,
it.
he did," and he did it like such in like heel rock form. I'm like, "Oh, you prick!"
Yeah. Yeah.
Like very well done, very well
Yep.
done, ultra
Yep.
heel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Final boss style, of course.
final
Had
boss,
to do it that way. Had to be done that way.
and also that final boss theme is just fire.
It's the same theme, just a little harder. That's all.
But with that, yeah,
No,
but with the
it's kind of slowed down, a little more percussions.
with that little
A
bit,
little. It
because
hits a little. It hits a little bit harder.
it
Yeah.
does, it's like just
Yeah.
when you think it's gonna be the your normal, rock music, and then it's like bum bum bum, like with the lightning, and it
Yeah.
turns red and
Yeah.
shit. I'm like, oh,
No, what I love is when he's a face and they show his logo, it has, like the regular blue eyes, and then when he's a heel, it has red eyes.
hmm,
Mm-hmm.
Little details that I fucking love when it comes to pro wrestling.
oh hell
Yeah.
yeah,
It's fun. Wrestling is fun.
wrestling is fun.
Yes.
Real quick. So right before we started tonight, I watched some of the highlights from SmackDown,
Mm-hmm.
and it was Sammy trying to get Roman to apologize to Jay, and getting the bloodline and Sami Zayn reunited. And when Sammy was talking, and going toward Roman, saying what he was saying about getting him to apologize and all that shit, and it's like you see that there's such pros, all four of them, that Sammy was saying what he was saying. Roman was spot on, not cracking. He was smirking because he wanted to laugh.
Mm-hmm.
Jay sort of like kept ducking from the camera, but I mean it didn't really matter because he's face. And then Jimmy was like, you see him biting his lip, trying not to break. And I was like, okay. And that's, like, those subtle little things in pro wrestling. You know,
Yeah.
they're
See the
telling the
thing, but the
story
thing.
the way they're telling it, and it's still like, they're having a
Well,
good time.
I did watch SmackDowns, so the ending was that they were like Solo was kind of like hinting that that this guy Sammy was part of that thing, and he challenged Roman to War
To a
Games,
duel.
War Games,
Oh, okay.
Survivor
Yeah,
Series.
well, we knew that was gonna happen.
No, well,
Yeah.
dude, the writing was on the wall for like fucking like
Forever.
ever
Since
since
last year.
yeah, well, ever since the whole thing of Solo, taking over and becoming
Yeah.
you know new tribal chief.
Yeah. And bad promos.
Yeah.
Actually, the funny
Well,
thing
the thing is, he's
Solo
not bad.
Solo has
He's
no, I
not
said no.
bad.
Solo has improved a lot when it comes to the mic. But
Yeah.
I will say this though, and like it's just my thing. Out of the original Bloodline, the only person that I really cared for was Paul Heyman, and from the new Bloodline, the only person I care for is Jacob Fatu.
That's fair.
Yeah,
That's
that's
fair.
fair.
And what the funny thing is that Jacob Fatu cut a promo today, and it was just kind of weird because I'm so used to just really hearing saying like I love you Solo. So yeah, but
Because
he cut.
the thing is that they never really wanted. They didn't push him like that to be out in front because they didn't want him to surpass Solo.
Right.
No,
And but even at that point, even at that point, them not pushing him to do that, he still with his actions has surpassed Solo, in my eyes at least.
dude, out of everybody in like in that storyline feud or whatever, like I said, the best person to me is fucking Jacob Fatu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the Sangalo, the first one that came, was good. He was good in New Japan. I liked him in New Japan. The other one that came in, what the fuck?
Well, that's his brother, and then the other funny thing
No.
is,
Like I get that, but he just knows how to fuck shit up. Not in a good way.
dude, I love the compilation videos of it, just him like watching spots.
Yeah, when he's punching dudes in the tank, dude. What the fuck?
And I love that they put the Benny Hill music of all his botches,
Yeah.
which I feel kind of bad for. But yeah, but then, dude, I like when I saw him, and then when I realized, like, it was like, oh, that's right, that dude used to be Camacho,
Yeah.
that he was with Unico,
Mm-hmm.
that later became the new Sin Cara.
Yep.
Because the other one botch moves all the time.
Yeah,
Oh.
but the funny thing is, it's like, well, the original Sin Cara or whatever, you know, went back to be Mystico, I think it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he's way better outside of WWE.
Of course.
I just think when it came to all that was because remember, when it comes to like any other wrestling promotion, when it comes to the ropes, they usually use like the rubber wire like thing versus
Mhm.
WWE where they use actual ropes that are just like dipped in like they're like coated or whatever, so they won't be
Yeah.
like but yeah, but
Yeah,
hell,
other places use cables.
yeah, they use cables with they like the old joke was it was cables with hose, with hose
Mm-hmm.
covering over the
Yeah.
cables.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest with you, like when I used to wrestle, those rings were a lot better. Like, cause like the bounce from the ropes or whatever were tighter.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
So
Makes sense though.
yeah,
So, continuing with our news. Uh Deadpool. We enjoyed Deadpool and Wolverine. We enjoyed the fuck out of Deadpool and Wolverine.
Such a great fucking movie.
We enjoy the shit out of it. We watched it multiple times. It's a good fucking movie. It's a great fucking movie, actually. But it turns out that we're missing certain parts of it. Certain parts that I would have really enjoyed to see in this movie.
Uh-huh.
And that's the cameos. There were a couple cameos that were originally set to be in this movie that were pretty much swept under the rug and didn't happen. Two of them, of course, are the two that I'm like super excited for, that I really would have liked to see. One of them being Nicolas Cage's Ghost Rider. Absolutely fucking great. I would have loved to see that. People were saying that that's not a great movie, but Nicolas Cage as Ghost Rider is really fucking good.
He was great, and the second one was a
Yeah.
better film. It was like a
Yeah.
soft reboot.
Yeah, it really was. But that didn't happen.
No.
But also, Ben Affleck as Daredevil.
Because that was a strong rumor that he was going to be in it.
Right.
I mean, stronger rumor than Nick Cage.
Yeah. Huger rumor. Huger. That's right. That's what I
Huger,
said it.
yes.
Huger.
Huger rumor.
But yeah, dude. We didn't get those two. That's very sad. But I did enjoy the fact that they did bring back Electro, which was cool.
And if I'm
Even
not
though
mistaken,
that movie was,
yeah. But
Yeah,
like the fact that like she was wearing his belt, apparently.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Um, I did read something earlier that Marvel is trying to talk to Nicolas Cage about doing a Ghost Rider movie
Ooh,
for
okay, okay,
possibly starting in 2027.
okay.
So
We could hope so.
you can hope so,
We
because
could cross our fingers.
again, he wasn't terrible. The movie
No, he
was.
wasn't. Yeah, exactly. He like always, Nicolas Cage brings the fight. He brings the character to life.
Yeah, I mean,
And in bringing the character to life, he shows you what the character can do. But if he can only do it so much if the story is a shit story.
and that's why Willy's Wonderland was fucking fantastic,
Yeah.
because he brought that drifter character to life again without saying a
Mm-hmm.
single word,
Yeah.
and cleaning up after his mess
Yeah.
and changing his shirt and
Mm-hmm.
starting
Yep.
again.
Yep. Yep. Doing a little reset button. Bloop.
Hmm.
Yeah. Good shit. But yeah, continuing with our news. Yesterday was N7 day. Those that don't
Hmm.
know, it's Mass Effect N7. Um, Mass Effect. They got news. We got news that Mass Effect is working on a TV series coming to Amazon and is being written by Fast Nine, that writer. Um,
Interesting.
this should be cool. Mass Effect is a really fun game.
Never played them, but considering the track record Amazon has for shows,
Right.
I mean,
This could be good.
I mean, shows based off things. Reacher,
Yep.
The Boys.
Yep.
I mean, I'm not going to count Gen V because it's the same thing. Invincible,
Mm-hmm.
and most recently Fallout.
Yep. All killer fucking shows, dude. I'm down for it. I want to see it. I played moments of Mass Effect. I haven't played all of it, but I played most like bits and pieces of it. Because there's still a lot of shit in the Mass Effect, story or whatever that's out there.
Hmm.
But it's good. It's a good story essentially to go off of. And to build within, the television universe. And I want to see what they're gonna do with it. What Amazon's gonna do with it, because of course, like we said, they've been doing pretty good jobs with all of their properties,
Yes.
their IPs from other places. So it could be good. It could be real good. Uh, so we'll see when this is coming out. Um, Obviously, it won't be in this year. It may be sometime in 26 or so, because 25 is pretty much here already. Uh, but this should be cool. I'm curious. I want to see what they're gonna do with it.
So speaking of video games and shows, for shows, it was announced yesterday that Macaulay Culkin is going to be on Fallout Season 2.
I did see that. That's right.
So that should be pretty dope. And
I'm down for it. That's gonna be pretty much his big return to acting, essentially. Because yes, he did a role in one other show recently.
yeah,
Wasn't he in
he
The Boys for an episode?
possibly. Um, but interesting thing came up on Twitter yesterday. Uh, it's been 18 years. Wow, 18 years. It's fucking
Wow,
crazy since the very first Gears of War for Xbox 360.
Jesus.
I know. So, announced on the Gears of War official Twitter is that John DiMaggio and Carlos Ferro are reprising their roles as Marcus and Dom for Gears of War E-Day, which is the
Hmm.
prequel game to that series.
Okay. Okay.
So that's pretty fucking dope. Especially Gears of War, to this day, the Gears of War franchise still holds up. Especially, still remember that original trailer, or the teaser trailer, where Mad World, like Gary Jules played, and
Okay.
and there's a moment in that trailer and also in the game itself where it's like the first big, like, ooh, this is what a video game looks like with HDMI, and you're just like, holy shit. Obviously
Nice.
video games have come a long way in 18 years.
Of course. Absolutely.
But yeah, so cool little video game news stuffs
That's good. That's good.
between the Fallout show and Gears of War.
Absolutely. So very interesting. I want to see that. Also,
Mm-hmm.
back to Macaulay Culkin. He was actually like in 6 episodes of American Horror Story.
Ah, yes.
I did not know that. He was also, and the one that I'm talking about is Righteous Gemstones. He was in 2 episodes of that. That's the one I saw him recently.
That's what he was in. Right, right.
Yeah.
Such a
But I
great
didn't
fucking
know he
show.
was in American Horror Story.
What I also remember is that he did some voice work in Robot Chicken too.
Yeah, that's a bazillion years ago, though.
But also a few years ago, he also reprised his role as Kevin for that commercial.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, he's good. He's good.
I still want to put in the universe out there, whatever, of like, that he's just traumatized from the wet bandits and everything like that. And he just like someone,
Of course.
breaks into his house and he, catches like some kind of like, Saw themed kind of, Home
Mm-hmm.
Alone.
Yep. That would
Draws
be
out
cool.
draws
That'd
out
be dope.
that blueprint map with the toys.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I'd pay for that. I'd pay that for $1.
I buy that for $1.
For $1.
Yeah, whatever. My brain isn't working very well right now. Uh,
We
but
know what you meant.
yeah, exactly. That's fair. We love Back to the Future, right?
You do.
Back to the Future is one of the best series ever.
Mm-hmm.
Even the animated shows are fucking great.
That show was dope back in the day.
Yeah, yeah. So, the studios keep bugging Robert Zemeckis to do part 4. And he's like, fuck you, I'm not doing part 4. Obviously, we can't do much without Marty McFly.
Right.
But he is open for making a musical for Back to the Future.
So they're gonna take that thing that's on Broadway, or whatever, and well, I don't even know if it's still on Broadway, but
It still is.
No, but they did it a while ago. Yeah.
yeah,
It still is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
I'm pretty sure it is.
But he's more than open to doing a musical version of it. But he's like, no more regular movies.
You don't need it. It literally closed.
No, exactly.
I mean,
He's
yeah,
going back in time too many times.
I mean, and yeah, sure, Doc Brown now has a new time machine in that train,
and he has
but
a
like,
family.
and it's a family. And then they showed you that in the cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't need any more of live action Marty McFly. His story is done.
Yep.
Because Doc gives that speech about time
Mm-hmm.
travel, and you can go here, you go there, you go anywhere, and and it's just like great. And he went from he basically went from mad scientist to happy family man who people
Yeah.
respect.
Mm-hmm.
And it made each of those characters grow to be who they deserve to be.
Yeah.
And that's it. And then yes, of course, the animated series I mean, I haven't watched it since it was on, but like it was like cool to have like those time travel adventures with
Yeah.
Uncle Marty, but like that's it. You don't need any more.
Yeah, no, you don't need it anymore.
No. So stop trying to force this man to ruin something. You
Yeah.
know, it's like you know it was a terrible fourth movie? The fucking Matrix. You don't need it.
Rightfully, the third one was a terrible third movie.
I didn't like any of them.
That's
But
fair.
you know what I mean? But the point is you're trying to make you forced the studio basically forced the Wachowskis to
Mm-hmm.
continue the story when they were done, but then they fed them enough money and they were like, okay.
Yeah.
And and you made Matrix 4 where Neo looking like John Wick because he still had the hair
Mm-hmm.
because he was still making John Wick.
Yeah.
Um it's like the movie was just not good. It
Yeah.
was a terrible fucking movie which concluded it, you know, a terrible fucking sequel series.
Yep.
Because the first movie was great. The second movie had a lot of good moments. 3 and 4,
Mm-hmm.
no. So stop. No,
Yeah.
don't stop. Leave this man alone. He makes other movies too. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, obviously the one that he did with Tom Hanks and Robin Wright recently bombed. But um,
That's the
you
one
don't.
that is like 4 decades in one apartment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I'll still watch it because I thought the trailer looked good, but like, I mean, leave Zemeckis alone. He
Yeah.
did Back to the Future, but you know what? He also did Forrest Gump. Do you want him to make a
Mm-hmm.
Forrest Gump too?
No, no, we
You
don't
don't
need a
need it.
Forrest Gump too.
The
No.
story ended.
Yeah.
I
So
mean, even though they joked about it in fucking Spiral when Chris Rock was having that talk about that about the whole Forrest Gump thing. Yeah, he was just saying like they will never make Forrest Gump 2 because apparently, remember, because Jenny, they kind of said that she had a rare disease, so technically, like she gave Forrest AIDS.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. So yes, we do not need
No.
Back to the Future
Unfortunately,
4.
no. No, we don't need it. We don't need it. We don't need to go back in time. No.
No, we don't.
No. It's okay though. It's
I
okay.
mean, the only thing that I can kind of see, like, if they want to do something, and even though, like, even with that, I think a lot of people will be against it. If you just do a reboot, like, you could do the same story.
But that's what he said also. He's like, I don't want to do a reboot for it either. I don't want to do a reboot or a remake.
And and the thing is this, and I'll be honest with you, like, I wouldn't even want to see a reboot because I think those movies are just great as is.
Yeah.
Exactly.
There's no need for it. Like you're saying, like if you want to do something, I'll do a musical. We don't need to do anything all the other shit.
No, you don't. You don't need that.
No.
I mean,
But of course, Universal's like, nah, we're good, fuckers.
what would work for Back to the Future? Maybe a video game
Oh, that would be cool.
And then you
because
can see you can still get, you know, Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd to do, to reprise their roles.
Well, Christopher Lloyd still, I'm pretty sure he'll be up for anything. I don't know if Michael J would actually want to actually do the voicing for it.
no, he's busy. I mean, he's slowly retired from acting because
Yeah.
as he got worse.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the last thing he did was his documentary movie.
Right.
Still, and you could see he had a hard time then, and it's like,
Yeah. Yeah.
I will admit though, like when I did meet him in person, like when I used to work in the movie theater years back, he was such a nice dude. And
Yeah.
what sucks is I didn't recognize him right away because in my mind I still see like him as Marty McFly slash Alex P. Keaton.
and,
Oh, growing pains.
and not
Family
Family
Ties.
Ties.
Same difference. Jesus Christ.
No,
And
Growing Pains was fucking
I know.
Jesus Christ,
Unfortunately.
Cameron.
Yeah.
So what I found really cool with that documentary movie about him is that when he was trying to get the part of Alex Keaton, and Brandon Tartikoff, who was the head of NBC at the time, w- basically was like no, and he's like, you're not you're not the face that'll ever be on a lunchbox. And so he auditions, he does the pilot, and when when the infamous phone call takes place, and he runs to the phone and he says, "This is Alex P. Keaton." He ad libbed the initial.
Nice.
So Alex P. Keaton became the brain. It was the brainchild of Michael J. Fox.
Nice.
Where Alex Keaton was just the brainchild of whoever wrote the script. Um, and and then after he had all this success with Family Ties, um, he there was an interview with Tartikoff who said, "I told this man he'll never have his face on or I told this young kid he'll never have his face on a lunchbox." And then he's like, and then here we are now. He sent me this, and
Oh,
it was a
lunchbox.
yellow lunchbox, a plastic lunchbox with a picture. Because remember, all those lunchboxes have a decal.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So it was a picture of him as smiling in like a jean jacket or whatever, and he signed it. It was like with like something like "with love, Mike."
That's cool.
Yeah. So
That's
here
pretty
we are,
dope.
and that I find hysterical. Um,
And the eye was done in the shape of a middle finger.
Probably. And you know what's wild is that his apartment building is like around the corner from my job.
Nice.
Yeah. Um, because I know Charlie when Charlie used to live in that neighborhood. He used to see him in Central Park all the time,
That's cool.
which makes sense because that's right off Fifth Ave. So yeah.
Yeah. That's fucking cool.
hmm
So
I met his wife last year. She was really cool.
that's nice.
Yeah, it was either last year or earlier this year. I don't remember, but yeah, she
Okay.
yeah she was like, I remember like helping her out, and then she like told me her last name, or what last name you know it might be
The
under.
account it was under.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
So
pseudonym.
the pseudonym. And then when I looked, and she was like, "Oh, it might be under my last name, it might be under Pollen." And I look, I'm like, "Oh!" And then I turn around to my manager after she had left, and he's like, "Yeah." I'm like, I thought that's who that was." Okay, so
That's cool, dude.
mhm.
That's cool. See, that's one thing that I do miss about New York is the random celebrities that you see around and shit.
Like in most recent times, I think one of the coolest um people I've spoken to. So earlier this year,
Mm-hmm.
Julie Louis Dreyfus walked into my job.
Nice.
Yeah, you know, she dressed normal. She wasn't dressed extravagant. She dressed like regular person, jeans,
Yeah.
jacket, you know. And so recently, she called to place an order, and when she said who she was, she used her married last name because she's been married to Brad Hall for for years, since like they met on SNL in the '80s. And so like talked to her. I'm like, "Oh yeah, hi." I was like, I helped you when you were in the store last time. It's like, "Oh hey, how you doing?" Small like shooting the shit conversation with like a billionaire.
Nice. Of course.
You know, and it's like, yep. And in my head, I'm like, um, yeah, obviously Seinfeld, but also like, and for me, Christmas Vacation, and she was,
Mm-hmm.
uh, let's call it, the New Adventures of Old Christine.
Yep.
Uh, but I
She's in the
mean,
Marvel movies now. She's in the Marvel
that's what
show
I'm
now.
thinking. I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
you're Valencia, you're Valentina,
Yeah.
rather. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna be in Thunderbolts.
Yep.
You were in Falcon and Winter Soldier. I'm just like,
Yeah. Yeah.
which I find funny is that her character her character being in Marvel, and Once Upon a Time, Clark Gregg being in Marvel,
Mm-hmm.
and they were exes in that show.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, oh yeah, so Valentina was married to Coulson
Yep.
before they were Avengers.
That makes sense. That makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah,
Complete tracks.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, continuing in the stuff, we got a couple of trailers to watch before we end out the show this week. Two of them are pretty cool. One of them is from the mind of Stephen King, from the Stephen King short stories. And I am very excited for this one. And this is The Monkey. I am excited for it. So let's watch the trailer.
For the longest time, there was nothing. But then it appeared. A beast not from this earth, smiting the ones who deserved it, the ones who didn't. And everyone in between. Whoever controls it controls life and death. And those deaths are really fucked up.
Holy sh! Everybody dies. And that's life.
It's a goddamn mess in there. Have you been up there? It's like that restaurant. Spaghetti City.
Everything okay up there?
Yeah, everything's fine.
Come on, baby, let's have some fun.
That looks fun as fuck.
Right? It looks fun and twisted. It's my favorite combination of shit.
And what's great is that the lead actor is Theo James, and he's recently known for playing Eddie Horniman in The Kingsman. I'm sorry, the
Oh,
Gentleman.
yeah.
But also for animated fans of Marvel, he was Bastion on X-Men 97.
Okay.
Yeah. And then let's see.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, so God, yeah, I thought that was Tatiana Maslany.
Yep.
Elijah Wood. I'm trying to see anybody else.
It's a hell of a cast for it. And especially what's cool about this is that this is from a short story from Stephen King.
Yes.
So I'm like, ooh, how are they gonna stretch this out into a full feature? And I'm down for it. I want to see what they're gonna do with it.
It looks. I mean, without
So
showing...
question.
Yeah. Okay.
Back in the day, I'm gonna say late 80s, early 90s, we had another movie with a monkey. Monkey Shine.
Yes.
Is that the same thing as this?
No, because wasn't Monkey Shot a thing that it was an actual like an actual monkey, whatever, that just went crazy, something like that, or was killing people? I don't remember exactly.
Wasn't it like a toy monkey though?
It was a toy monkey. Let me, I need to IMDb's this.
We're all fucking looking it up now.
A quadriplegic man has a trained monkey with him to help him with his it was a real monkey.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, fair enough.
It was just the poster or whatever. It had, the toy monkey.
It had that monkey. Yeah. The monkey.
And which that movie had Stephen Root and Stanley Tucci, which I still find fucking wild.
Mm-hmm.
And that was George
1988.
Romero, who directed it.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. And they
That might
co-wrote
make
it.
Steve's list.
Oh yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna find it.
Yeah, and Romero and one other guy co-wrote that script, so it was an original idea.
Nice. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah. But no, this movie looks fun as fuck.
Yeah, I'm definitely
Like-
down for.
Like I want to
The
see. I
monkey.
want to know what happened at Spaghetti City.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean,
I'm very
clearly
curious.
Clearly, the chopsticks have something to do with it.
Yeah. And the other kid just chopping shit. I'm down for it, dude.
Dude, what I love is in the trailer when you see when they're at the hibachi place, and you just see the dude's neck just like just slowly start bleeding because he's like, how did this dude, if I mistake, kill him while he was doing the tricks?
Yeah. It's a Chinese secret. Sorry.
And that's not. I mean, honestly, that's not February. It's not that far away.
No, it's not. It's not. So I'm excited for this. This is gonna be cool. The next thing that's gonna be pretty cool. It's like something that's coming out within the next few weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And that is Dear Santa, starring Jack Black. This should be fun too.
Every Christmas, something magical happens
Dear Santa.
when a kid sends a letter to Santa. But Liam
To Santa.
is a crappy speller.
This looks like fun.
Oh, that's putrid.
Thank you.
What do you want?
You summoned me.
Not what I expected.
What'd you expect?
In the movies, the reindeer usually have the antlers, not you.
Kid, are you high?
I'm ready for dinner.
You lucked out big times. I'm way better than Santa. Ho, ho, frickin' ho. You, my friend, are getting 3 wishes.
You mean like a genie?
They stole that from me. By the way, after you make your wishes, I'm taking your soul.
What?
You ain't never had a friend like me. Okay, that I may have stolen from Aladdin. Now we're even. Let me show you a few of the things I could do for you. I'll be right back.
It's Post Malone.
Leo!
Look, I'm worried Santa's going to trick me into getting my soul.
I think he's just confused.
We believe you.
Yeah.
Yo, down here! What are you waiting for? Go make a move! Sue me, I'm thirsty.
I tried everything. That kid's incorruptible.
What about doing something out of kindness?
I don't even know what you just said. I mean, I know all the words, but I just never heard them in that order.
You know this man?
I'm his uncle. Beat it.
Who do you think you are talking to me like that? Oh,
That doesn't sound right.
pardon me, kombucha.
Watch this.
Lock. No, please, never trust a thought. You just gambled and lost.
Nice to meet you. The pleasure was mine.
All right, that looks cool.
That looks fun as fuck, dude.
And isn't it like one of the Faley brothers that's a
I believe so.
I think
like
it
the
is.
writer or something like that?
But the fact that this is essentially could be the new like Little Nicky.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny because Little Nicky is my favorite Adam Sandler movie.
It's mine too.
I present to you Henry Winkler.
Yeah.
Covered in
This-
bees.
Dude, this looks really fucking fun.
What is it? I still, like we talked about it before, but the Clint Howard as fucking nipples.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Get in the flask. And
no, is it
know-
released good?
You know what's really funny is that so I got off the bus tonight to come home, and on the main boulevard, a block like 3 blocks from my house is a Popeyes.
Mm-hmm.
And so as I'm walking by, I just immediately in
Popeye's
my head, I'm
chicken
like,
is a
Popeye's
shit.
chicken is fucking awesome.
Nice to remember with the demons. Popeye's chicken is the shiznit.
I love it, dude.
Uh,
This looks really
but
fun. This does look
it
really
does.
fun. Like,
It looks a lot of fun.
I still say that my favorite line from Little Nicky 2 was the kid or whatever when they interview him during the basketball game. I'm here for the beer and the bitches.
say that all the time.
Mm.
I love it.
That's Steve's pickup line.
Yeah, absolutely. It's
Yeah.
the best line ever, dude.
Mm.
But yeah, dude, this is gonna be fun. This comes out in the next few weeks. It comes out in
Yeah.
around Thanksgiving.
Which is great because it's time to watch those kind of holiday movies again. So we have
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
We'll have Red One,
Yeah.
which I want to see. And then it's almost Violet
Yeah.
Night time. Yeah.
and that'll
Violet
give me
Night.
a good reason to watch the Mean One as well. So
Yeah.
the Mean One, which is the
David
Grinch
Harbour one.
movie. Yeah,
Not the
Harbour
David
Grinch.
Harbour.
Violet
the
Night.
fucking David Howard Thornton.
Oh, I was thinking
yeah.
Violent.
No, Violet Night, David Harbour. It took me a minute to remember the name of the movie. I'm like,
It's all
oh
good.
yeah, no,
It's all good.
Yeah, that was Mario's one of his favorite holiday movies that came out within the past,
It's a dope one.
It was a
I
dope
still say
film.
no, it is. I'm not gonna lie. I will say this though, like when like every like holiday or whatever, I do try to watch at least certain movies during around the holiday season.
Die
After
Hard,
that
Lethal Weapon.
after no Die Hard,
Yes.
yes. Lethal Weapon, no.
No, Lethal Weapon is a Christmas movie.
No, by saying for me, I'm watching the ones that I like. So
Oh.
it's Die Hard, Home Alone 1 and 2,
Batman Returns.
Batman Returns, definite.
That's totally a Christmas movie.
Elf.
Yes.
Mhm.
I think I mentioned that movie before Christmas. And then even though technically, well, it is a holiday movie, Eight Crazy Nights.
Yeah, it's yeah. It's around
It's
the same
been a
time.
minute since I've seen that, but yeah, that's one of Adam Sandler's best earlier films.
Yeah, I was telling my supervisor about it. She was like, "What? There's a movie about Hanukkah?" I'm like, "Yeah, you never seen it?" I thought he just had. She was like, "I thought it was just a song." No, there's a whole.
No, he's a fucking
Well,
movie.
first off, or whatever, there are at least 3 songs.
No, I know.
No, I think
But
he-
she
I
did
think
it.
he-
But of course,
I
the
think he did a
normies
part.
don't know much.
I think he did a part 4 recently, actually. But anyway,
Wouldn't be surprised. Wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, dude. This
same
looks fun.
song, new people.
Yeah, exactly.
Hmm.
So I guess that pretty much wraps it up. What you got? You got anything else? You guys?
I got one more thing.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I got 2 more things. Small ones. Something I saw floating around on Twitter today is that it's looking like Euphoria is not getting a 3rd season. It might be dead.
That's fine.
Which is
We're not gonna
fine.
talk about the first season
Those first 2
or
seasons
anything.
were they were rough. Great series, just a rough watch. And then the other thing, and this ties back into talking about the Penguin, is that we're possibly getting a Joker spinoff of this, starring
Yeah.
Barry. What's his name? The one who
No.
played Joker in Arkham.
Mm-mm. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because from what I read, it wasn't the dude that was in one of the movies that played the Joker is not gonna be in it.
See, the thing I saw was that it was let's see, what the hell's his name? Barry Keoghan.
Yeah, that he's not gonna be in it.
So, then they updated it. Because when I saw it earlier today, it said, yeah, but yeah, okay. Would have been cool.
Would have been nice. See, we can't have all the nice things all the time.
It just, I cannot.
It would have been great. It would have been great.
Yeah, I cannot wait though to see how Penguin ends though.
Mm-hmm. I'm very
Because
curious.
It's gonna set up Batman too. just like
Yeah.
how this was pretty much directly after.
Mm-hmm.
So that yeah,
Should be
that'll be
cool.
good.
Should be cool.
Yeah.
What's one more thing? You said you had one more thing.
No, that was the one more thing.
Oh, okay.
I said two things. One was Euphoria, and then this.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, I thought
I
you was like going with that old, uncle from Jackie Chan Adventures. One more thing.
No,
And there was a movie. I think I mentioned it. I don't think I did. Gremlins. That was another
Oh
good
yeah,
Christmas
that is a
movie.
good Christmas one.
that
Yeah.
is a Christmas movie.
Yeah. Good job. Good job. So make sure you guys go to InnerCityGeeks.net where we have a whole bunch of shit. Sometimes, of course, we have this show that we've been doing on a decent, on a decent schedule. We're pretty good with it. Um, don't forget to check out the horror show that me and Mario did. Good 2 hours of just talking about horror movies. Definitely check that shit out. We may be doing more shit together, but we'll see.
I hope like maybe one time or whatever that he could just join us when 1 week with to shoot the shit with us here.
Yeah, that would be cool. That would be cool. Because the thing is, like, he works a lot.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. My man is the epitome of what we call workhorse.
Yeah.
Oh, and another person that wants to record with us again, Frank.
Yeah. We'll get him back on. We'll get Frank back on. Don't worry about that.
Yeah,
we were supposed to have him a few weeks ago, but then of course the hurricane came and I lost powers and all that shit.
Yeah, so I was gonna say, I was gonna say, joking around, like we've been on a decent schedule minus the hurricane hijinks.
Yeah, fuck that bitch. But yeah, we'll definitely have Frank back on. No worries about that. Yeah, so we got all the shit on InnerCityGeeks, and of course we got us. We got Comic Club, Manga Time, Anime World, all there. It's all Mario shit. He's putting out content shit. He just recently put up his New York Comic Con videos because he completely forgot to put them up. But
nice,
that's on there right now. You can listen to this show on Amazon Music, on iHeartRadio, Audible, Pandora, bunch of other places, as well as on motherfucking Spotify. Find us over there. Motherfucking Spotify. It's a great place to be. We are there. You can find the show on the Instagram and the Twitters at InnerCityGeeks. All one word. Where can we find you, Senor Brian?
You could find me sitting on my couch, and apparently smelling some sort of smoke in the air. Great. So Staten Island's on fire.
Oh no.
We didn't start the fire.
Yeah, you could find me also going, oh shit, my headphones are gonna die in a minute.
Oh no.
No. So probably 2 minutes. Anyway, check me out on social media. Check me out, Bright2J Presents on Twitter. It will always be called Twitter. Twitter. Check me out on Instagram, Bright2J Presents. YouTube, of course, same thing. Bright2JPresents.com, still active. I will put content up there. I'm gonna start working. Well, say 2025 because I'm not gonna have time come
that's fair.
this month and next month with work.
Take your time, dude. Take your time.
Yeah, and plus I need a new keyboard because my letter U does not really work well on this iPad case.
Maybe you're gonna have to write a letter, Dear Satan.
Yes. So
that's fair. That's fair.
I'm gonna put up a GoFundMe. Please get me a new.
Please donate.
Case.
Please donate.
Please donate money. No money. Please donate it toward my. Please donate it toward my iPad issue.
You're gonna start selling candy.
Looking at you
for his basketball team.
Yeah.
Or what was the and you caught it at the end? I'm like looking at you because the letter U. But or should I be like Orlando Jones from Office Space about selling crack?
Yeah.
It's the con for the paper.
Yep.
Where can we find you, Senor Alex?
You can find me on Twitter at DeniedDinyed and on Instagram at DeniedDin_Y_ed. Steve, where can we find you, good
Yes.
sir?
You guys can find me on the Instagram and the Twitters at Mr. Jackal, MISTRJACKAL. Again, that's MISTRJACKAL. I appreciate everybody that's listening and that's been checking out the show. You've been helping us keeping the show going. We appreciate you guys.
Yes, thank you,
Yes,
listeners.
thank you. Don't be a dick, but always remember that the geeks shall inherit the earth.